Hi, and welcome to Arcane Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, May 6th, 2020, and I am your host, DM Gallibond. Now, let's go on and get on with the show. Tonight, we are going to be looking at the spell Bestow Curse and how this has evolved um, over the editions of D&D. Now you'll notice that this falls under a arcane spell, and curses indeed are the purview of warlocks, and you have a bunch of different classes that can cast them. But as you can see here in 5th edition, you are able to get them from bards, clerics, wizards, oath breakers, and oath of conquest. Um, so it does seem like something that is a warlock's purview, but there is a wide variety of classes that can cast it in 5th edition, and it's really interesting to see how this spell evolved from the earliest editions of the game. So it's a 3rd level spell, takes 1 action to cast, touch, verbal somatic, and it's a concentration spell that lasts 1 minute, necromancy school, and wisdom save, and it's basically a debuff. And in 5th edition, there's like 4 different things that they suggest that you can do. And they actually have kind of done away with you can invent whatever you want to do, which used to be part of the curse. And now it's just a little more streamlined, and it gives you a range of things that the curse can do. So it will give you disadvantage on ability checks and saving throws made with a certain ability. Uh, Target has disadvantage on attack rolls against you, so if you're using it in combat, target must make a wisdom save at the start of each of its turns, and otherwise it fails. If it fails, it wastes its turn doing nothing. And then, while the target suffers the curse, your attacks and spells deal an extra and necrotic damage to it. And remove curse can end the effect, and the duration is a minute with concentration. Now, it's interesting that if you cast it at 4th level, it becomes a concentration spell that lasts 10 minutes, and 5th level is 8 hours. 5th level is 8 hours. 7th level is 24 hours, and 9th level is permanent until dispelled. And it's also interesting that if you spend a 5th level spot or above, you don't have to spend concentration. So it the concentration is a caveat at 3rd and 4th level, but beyond 4th level, you don't need concentration for this spell to take effect and to work. Now, if we go all the way back to original D&D, there was a remove curse, and this little asterisk in the original or in the early days meant it's reversible. So the reverse of the spell was just plain old curse, and remove curse or curse was a 3rd level spell, and it causes misfortune or penalty to affect the victim. And then they just gave ideas. They didn't really give any hard and fast rules. So um, limits to curses might include -4 penalty on attack rolls, -2 penalty on saving throws, prime requisite reduced to half normal, -4 on others reaction rolls, and a victim may make a saving throw versus spells to avoid the curse. But once you're cursed, you're cursed. And then that remained exactly the same in AD&D or 1st edition. And in 2nd edition, when you got to remove curse, there was it was pretty similar. It was a reversible spell, And the reverse of the spell is not permanent. Bestow Curse lasts for 1 turn for every experience level of the priest using the spell. So again, it was a clerical spell in everything from original D&D through second edition. And it's 1 turn, which is 10 minutes for every experience level. Curse can have one of the following effects: roll percentile dice. 50% of the time, it reduces one ability score of the victim to 3. And then 25% of the time, it lowers the victim's attack and saving throws by 4. And 25% of the time, it makes the victim 50% likely to drop whatever he's holding, or do nothing in the case of creatures not using tools. And then it talks about, they all kind of have this caveat of, well, if you think of something, you talk it over with your DM, and just try to use these guidelines in terms of the power of the curse. And then we get to 3rd edition. All right, so Bestow Curse. This is a 3rd level spell for clerics and a 4th level spell for sorcerers and wizards. And it is a permanent. It's a permanent effect in 3rd edition, and there's several options. You can have -6 to an ability score, minimum of 1. -4 penalty on attack rolls, saving throws, ability checks, and skill checks. And then each turn, the target has a 50% chance to act normally, otherwise it takes no action. So that is how the spell worked in 3rd edition, and it could be removed with Break Enchantment, Limited Wish, Miracle, Remove Curse, or Wish. Because by 3rd edition, as with a lot of other spells, there were enough differences between applying something and removing something that they really went away from reversible spells, because they were no longer just mirror images of each other. They had different things that they would do. Like the blessing in this game, 3rd edition, the blessing was temporary, but the curse was permanent. So uh, that's something that was a difference, and it wasn't always like that in previous editions. So you could have a reversible spell that basically had mirror-like effects. All right, well, that is going to do it for our discussion of Bestow Curse for tonight. Hope that you all have enjoyed this look at this particular spell, and I hope that everybody will have a wonderful week. Remember to join us here next week for another edition of Arcane Wednesday. And every week or every day of the week, we have a different video that drops on a different topic about D&D. If you like what we're doing here, or if you enjoy the live streams that you see over at my Twitch channel, which you'll find in the description down below, please click the subscribe button and then ring the bell so that you'll know when I post more content to the channel. All right, that's going to do it for me. Good night, everybody, and I hope that you have a wonderful week. See you later. Bye-bye.